I like to take you to my little island, moving to now. There's miles of sandy white beach. I want you to sit up to your navel or up to your waist in aqua blue water, please. And you begin to get a sense, not only that it's extremely calm and peaceful, but this is very personal. This is between you and your collective self. There is no one around. The water's about 83 degrees. It's about 85 or 90. There's such a serenity comes over you. You breathe gently as the water laps over your body. Very clear, very nourishing, and very soothing for the emotional body, for water is the emotional body for Earth. And we feel that for Gaia, we feel that for her, and we unite as we nourish one another. We open the base chakra into the earth and we unite. And we realize that the 10th ray, the microtron, let's work with the microtron because it's so powerfully infused in Earth now. And Earth is receiving it very well. Humankind are not. It's a very natural process. You open up the base, and the same colored water comes through the base from the earth. And it simply thermocycles in these 3 lower chakras. And Metatron tells you, for Metatron is anchoring with the Sandalphon this thermal cycle. And on the top you have Metatron. And view this, please, this thermal cycle through Sandalphon, microtron, up to your navel, all the way down. You breathe it in, and you breathe it out. Metatron is saying that there are shifts in consciousness, that it will be a relocation of these 3 lower chakras, those ones that have left man so imprisoned, particularly the lower 2. And we will cleanse these in preparation. There's no need for fear, for you are extremely calm. There is great contentment and bliss coming through the earth, coming up from the ocean. And the crown is opened. And there's such a profound sense of love and abundance. And you're being told that when we purify these 3 lower chakras sufficient to have them go into the cosmic heart, there'll be a redefining of chakras. For these 3 lower ones have no particular value as applied in a multidimensional matrix. allow this cleansing to go on the sternal cycle, please. Now, with the help of the angelic host, aspects of self, invite them all now, please. Breathe it in through the top, bring the Mahatma in through the crown, and raise these three lower chakras into the thymus room, as you would an elevator. Good. In the thymus, light the candles, take in the protection you know so well. Michael, Raphael, Oriel, Gabriel, please. And for the purposes of this exercise, take in the Great One. Kamiao. Allow him to feel secure with his energy. Electronic to microtronic, and we breathe in that possibility in our realization that the body will accept this exchange, this bonding with the electron and the microtron. And we're particularly breathing in the microtron, and it's ironic that the feminine principle embodies the same color. Expand the cosmic heart, please, little ones. Good, very good. Very, very good. There's a great calmness. There's a great sense of peace. As the water washes the lower self, cleanses in preparation, and clears for what is to be. And we know in this calmness and this serenity, there is absolutely no need for fear. And there's a fusion now with body cells and the earth and her kingdom. There's a sense of profound oneness with what we call physical. That resonates with the elemental, with the mineral. You can separate the daily, most wondrous plant kingdom. For we abound with abundance now. And in this multi-dimensional self, we realize that there are the angelic hosts, that there is and are alternate realities, and our own realities that are coming in and are there. And we breathe and we tell these bodies and these aspects as we breathe out to relax. We breathe it all in and then tell all of the kingdoms within our own thymus, within our own heart chakra, the cosmic heart. Relax. To relax. there is light on light on light. Everything feels so very real, so very secure. And we realize we're within our cosmic heart, without our lower extremities, without the emotional, without the lower will, without the lower mind, and without the extremes of fear and polarization. It's wonderful. We realize that we've already anchored the 8th chakra, the group that we worked with just recently has done this. We look very briefly to that energy as we sit along. We call on that anchoring with the group, the soul star. We realize that because we've anchored this in this timeless room, there's no need for the 8th chakra. It's not a case of abandonment, because it's already anchored. We comfortably recognize that the 8th chakra is within the thymus, within the cosmic heart, within the all that is. Breathe that in, then relax it, gentle one, please. Breathe out and allow. There's no end to the size of this cosmic heart. It can include all of creation, for ultimately it does. Just as the primary cosmic heart does. Whatever you can imagine, whichever you can create, we know we can bring into this realm. Those who like crystals, replace fire with huge crystals. I particularly like the aqua blue for this one. Put it in the fireplace. There's transformation everywhere. We've already anchored and balanced the polarities. We see that. We do not see anything but androgyny. We have no fear of that. Breathe that in. And tell the body that all in this room cleanse and clear and become. Cleanse, clear, and become. So 1, 2, and 3 chakra and 8 chakra now. We anchor within the thymus. It does not seem difficult. The cleansing process that's going on with the thermal cycle, with Mahatma, Metatron, and Sandalphon now, and the angelic host. We release, not alienate. We simply release the first 3 chakras, divine love, and place them within the heart of hearts. feel the burden lift away, please, gentle children. The burdens of what you view as the past, as the distant past. Of all the wrongs that you perceive, that you have created, please raise these now. I see 1, 2, and 3 very, very clear. Very, very translucent. And everything up into the sun. Now, for the purpose of our regeneration and for completing ourselves so that we have complete union with all it is, we enlarge that one cell, and it becomes huge and it's white. And again we see 4 lines of 3. We see 12 strands. We're in the heart. The magnification is going on in the cosmic room. We know the astrals have shifted. The first 3 are not there, and there is a link with the 3 and the 3. We don't need to know too much about it. We just know that it's happened. Feel these 3 chakras absolutely nurtured, loved, and adored. You do not feel abandoned. The emotional body most definitely does not feel abandoned. Breathe in further and further and relax. Give it the assurance of comfort. Give it the assurance of love. Unconditional love now, please. Now, placate, see a mountain of light where the emotional body was. Mountain of light where fear and adversity were in the first chakra. Where the third chakra was, where you held on so desperately because this was your truth. See light. And all that now is nourished, encouraged, and adored within the timer. You've made this connection with all these aspects now with your God force, or the Mahatma. You realize this is very, very balanced, very androgynous, so all aspects of the emotions that we have looked at are equal in their dynamic and their receptive. One is not overpowering the other. Breathe that in and know that to be so. One is not overpowering the other. Oh, just say, thank God. that there can be oneness, that there can be divine equality, that no one is greater than another. That I am vital. And that I am that which I've always believed and always known that I am. There's a sense, prevailing thought that goes through one's mind is that incredible connection with the God source, that there is no separation. You breathe that in deeply and permeate this room and your own creation with the thought. And in the stillness of your heart, you allow this to resonate with absolute truth, that there is no separation. That you and your God self are one irrevocably. And it is on an infinite scale. And it is not mandated by darkness. Watch this merge with all aspects of self coming together now. These you must invite. Open the crown more, allow all selves to come in. All alternate realities that you agree to support come in. And know that they must be light. For these corridors of light have massive protection. As far as you can see commands. Know that you are light and that you are protected. For within this divine light, nothing can interfere with your truth. Nothing. So in this enlarged circle where you have your 4 lines, your 3 DNA, you know the first 3 are anchored properly within this sinus room. And they're anchored very, very well. You fasten them with your own creative ability. You know they are there. And they're not threatened. They feel adored. Look at that very closely. They do not feel abandoned, nor should they. They feel love, nourished. They do not have to carry the world on their proverbial shoulders anymore. I want you now to look to what was your base, your 4th and 5th, your heart, throat. There's absolutely no correlation between numbers any longer. Do not try to identify numbers with what was. And from this single cell, I want you to attach the 4th and 5th helix, the as helices that strand to the base now, which is the fourth and the fifth helices to the fourth and fifth chakra, which was your base. See it very clearly so there's no confusion in the future. The fourth and fifth rapidly change. This has all happened within this last year. Know that this is transition in high gear. It is transformation in profound terms. And is it all right? Tell the emotional body, as it's so well secured, it knows that this is fine. The reactive parts of yourself, the emotional confinement outside the etheric body, please express that all is well. Start to run that aqua blue color around your etheric body, please now. The whole etheric body, cleanse, and have it go into divine light, spiritual light. And there's such a difference between electronic light and spiritual light. View this as a cocoon, gentle ones, please. The outer shell is the spiritual body, and it is absolutely aqua blue in color. And you draw it from the earth and cocoon the spiritual body or the outer body. You see the profound difference where this comes within your mental body. You see the difference. You can see the electron is not spiritual. It has a physical nature. Allow the spiritual body from the outside in, the cocooning, to resonate with the mental body now, please. Breathe it in, gentle ones, as it becomes one from the outside in. All around the body. And again, please. Into the emotional body and the etheric body, take in the aqua color and permeate these two bodies. The outer shell, the casing, from the outside in. Breathe this in, please, everyone. So the electron becomes and bonds with the electron. So you have this mutation going on. This is the most wondrous part. Know the body is being spiritualized. The bodies are being spiritualized. Into the thermal cycle, please. Earth has enough of this material. Round and around and around as we integrate the microtron with the electronic body. Round and round, we come into the embryo. Mass itself. here you only really need, don't have to job cleansing the three lower doors. It's only from the navel up that you need to really work on, please. There is no resistance, gentle one. So you're calm, you're serene, you have all of the support and creation. Absolutely secure. You're absolutely out of harm's way. As we're looking at these areas that we had called the 6th and 7th chakra, please spend time there. Open up the crown totally, please. As we turn the cycle, make absolutely clear the 6th and the 7th chakra. The 6th and the 7th chakra. And we abide these levels of consciousness, these vortices, that they will be used differently now. There will be no fear. They will have a different application, and there will be no fear. It's a gradual process. And on this planet, it will be at least 35 years to implement. But as a pioneers, we are prepared to begin the initial stages. All anger, all hurt, all pain. Hold clarity with the communion of the God of gods, the God that we have waited for so very long. We accept no lesser God. All the sorrow and anguish from the past we release, please. All the emotions that have held us. And know that we trust. And open the crown now. We open wide as the triangulation, the pyramidal grid that shines outward. An upside down pyramid, in other words. And we see the powers in the corner, particularly the power generated at the apex, which is the top of our head now. And we look out the top of this pyramid like this. Is what we've called the 12th chakra, the 12th initiation. It's not the 12th ray. It's about a foot and a half out there, isn't it? Above. It's magnificent, it's brilliant. Very, very cleansing, and it brings in great energy into the crown. Melchizedek joins us, for this is his universe. And he truly knows this area. Breathe in the great energy of Melchizedek now, please. Bring him in. Drench self with this magnificent energy. Fill the crown and these chambers with your universal consciousness. So this is what we address. This is what we are addressing, just one. So brilliant that you're seeing it, gentle ones, for this consciousness is very concentrated now and it cannot overwhelm you. You individually are guided as to the administration. We allow this consciousness to incorporate with our collective self now, and we allow this to connect with our correct DNA, for this is the avenue of universal consciousness. This is the avenue of universal consciousness where you of the family of Melchizedek unite. And we say unto ourselves that we will accept nothing less. We address mass consciousness and the subconsciousness of our own mind. Anything less than the wholeness of self and the correct administration of these healing seeds to connect one with the other. The 12 strands now. Let us take good. The outside in, because this is what Melchizedek would like you to do. Take the 12th in first, for this is his home, his vibration, even though all of the universe is his body. And firmly implant the top of that pyramidal grid, the golden surface on the top of your crown, on what was the 7th chakra, please. Have the profound resonance that knowledge universally will be yours, that it is yours. Please fasten in reverse now, fasten the 12th to the 12th. See the sea, look to that enlarged cell. This is asking a lot, but I ask you to breathe it in and become it. Look to the enlarged bright cell in the thymus. The bottom column on the right-hand side is the 12th. Connect that now to the crown. And identify both as 12. Next one, please. The apex shift to the bottom of your cosmic room, of this pyramidal grid, please. And the energy is magnificent. Everything now is shifting to your own cosmic heart, which is the heart of hearts. Look to the 11th, which was your 6th, please. And firmly anchor in the pineal node in your opening of your third eye. The 11th. X1. Have no fear of past judgment on your third eye or what you have seen. Breathe in the purity, the wholeness of who you are. We have the great presence. We have the I am. One. Breathe right through for the pineal node to the opening. Please breathe it. Right on through, gentle ones. Right on through. Very powerfully infuse this, please. Resonate, gentle ones, vibration. Firm itself, and know. Good. Very good. That was very powerful for you. Good. I look to the 10th, you're ahead of me, most of you. We know where that is. So there's a collectivization. We have connected the 11th with the 11th. Let's go through that again, please. The 11th, enlarge the cell and really anchor it, please. And anchor it to the back of the brain, please. Pineal node. Thank you. And you know the respective. See the C within you. That's good. Good. Now I want you individually, with your own creative ability, to re-establish what you have done. Remember 1, 2, and 3, or in the thymus. And with that enlarged cell within the thymus, you have made your connections 1 through 12. 8 was the soul star. It's anchored in the thymus. All are active. All are active. You simply have different functions. Fourth, fifth was the first. Sixth and seventh, second and third, anchor them profoundly. See that cell with 12 helices, 12 vortices, and attach them with that thread very, very securely, please. Resonate throughout the body now. I'll give you some sound and you carry it throughout the body. So it seems, remember. All strands, please. Now there'll be great joy now, for the presence is here. This is the first communion, or in the positive sense. The helice to your God source. With your DNA to the God source. And magnified for all of creation as you, I know, who are tired a little bit. Please fasten this. For in this comes your abundance. For this comes your new life. For this comes your regeneration. For this comes life as it was intended. Now tone the aqua blue, gentle ones, to permeate. Know the aqua blue is not only representative for this exercise with the feminine principle, the androgyny that was intended, but above all the microtron, and spiritualizing all of this matter so that the helice, the DNA coding, can be spiritualized also. So again, look to the egg. Forget about your connection, for you will fill of the DNA. We have lined that. Simply look to inside the casing, and you in the middle with your body system. As from the outside in, look to all your bodies and bring them and spiritualize them. Get to your DNA, make absolutely certain that it's coded and connected to the microtron so that we can spiritualize matter. Round and round, just one. Very wonderful. You can see that aqua is more luminescent as you would a crystal now. Do not let go until it is absolutely clear, as you would see through an aqua crystal. Or whether any haze or shadow, wherever there are shadows, gentlemen, see through them and move them, please. Wherever. Feel very serene. Now, for any clarity that you need, that egg that is your creation, that cocoon, and see its perfection, please. Gently. Gently, gently. Now watch it begin to unravel this cocoon, and it becomes at least 1,000 petals lotus as it unfolds. She's on a pond, very calm pond again. Water of emotion. Expand and expand. I want you now, perfected you to step outside on this notice. There's a brilliant light, it's so clear, It is the source light. It does bring in the 12th ray. And there's such a presence, such magnificent presence for the glow seems to go on throughout eternity. And the opening in the crown of your beingness now seems to connect irrevocably with the source of sources, with your God source. And that line is now indelibly etched as your I am. Indelibly etched with your presence, with who you are, with what you have so justifiably earned. We weary now of what was, and we forgive, and we forget, and we become. All transgressions are released. All anger is released. Envy, racism, everything is released, so there is no cover. It's only gold and white. There are no religions. There is only I am. You note irrevocably the fineness of this line, the energy that is you. God, I are one, and you reaffirm this with the totality of who you are becoming. Breathe in your glorious God self, please, at once. Saturate your beingness with this divine presence that is you. Allow for fusion, please, the electron, the microtron. Fusion of all aspects of your God self. Allow for the reunification of the totality of who you are. Accept with love. Please, very gradually, at your own time, connect to your body, to your cosmic heart, and then outside. Realize that you are united with the infinite and great gratitude. Unconditional gratitude and reprimanded. Thank you very, very much. The lovely work you've done is magnificent. And it's been expressed through Brian to let you know that we do not have the language of regret. You'll know in time. But unconditional love is coming in. Shifts and changes that you've allowed are not within your finite disciplines to calculate. Just accept that. It's wonderful. Thank you. What now, brown cow? Oh dear.